Used. Okay, this is where it gets... Oh my god. Oh, okay. Poor phrasing, by the way. Very shitty phrasing. I don't know if I even read that, but it says, we'll have you meet the same fate as Tomitaka-san. What? What? The same fate as Tomitaka-san? I don't get it. What does the syringe have to do with that? Keiichi-kun, you're playing dumb. I know you had a vague idea. Rena puts her mouth close to my ear and laughs as if she knows everything. The unexplainable horror is in the tone of her voice. Am I playing dumb? Me? What? The same fate as Tomitaka-san? Dude, at least tell them you think they're gonna kill you. Everyone first thought that he was run down. But a policeman who got closer to him to make sure his consciousness noticed something was strange. His throat was torn up. By a knife? No. By nails. Nails? Nails like the nails on fingers? Okay, this is like his flashback. He clawed out his throat with his nails? That's right. Tomitaka-san killed himself by clawing out his throat with his own nails. People don't die like that. If there is a way to do that. We thought about drugs, but nothing was found. That's right. The police couldn't find any drug traces in Tomitaka-san's body. The police said they couldn't find any drug traces in Tomitaka-san's body. That's weird. Does he say that aloud? In theory, do they know that Tomitaka-san's dead? That's a question for real. I think they do from the tip. From the tip. Don't they know Tomitaka-san is dead? The nurse disappeared. So they know that much. Of course they laugh. It's so stupid of me to think there is no such drug just because the police didn't find any. So, does a drug that makes people die like Tomitaka-san exist? If I let Mion inject it, I'll find out for sure whether I like it or not. That means I'll follow the same path as Tomitaka-san did. I'll become psycho and claw out my own throat. To death. This monstrosity and the existence of such drug is real. Mion possesses it, and I'm about to get the shot. Now at this moment, I don't have to question that. What kind of jerk would think about the reason why the ball came to him when he needs to dodge the ball that's coming right in front of him? Just give in. Well, Mion acts like it's nothing special, and it horrifies me. There's no stateliness like when a death punishment is performed. It's because there's no hesitation, they act as if it's a usual thing to do in everyday life. It's when Mion stretches her other arm towards me and grabs my collar. An electric shock runs through the back of my head, and I feel like the world blacks out. Am I fainting? Or did someone hit the back of my head really hard? I lose my balance and feel dizzy. Sad. Tips or finishes? Yep, finishes. I squat down for a while, and when my consciousness returns, my room looks completely different. The numbness in my head is gone, and slowly, I feel the blood starting running through my entire body again. How long have I been squatting down here? For a few minutes, or a lot more than that. As I look at the clock. Interesting. Let's see, first. Oh, let's see this. Rena brought him home. Clock had stopped. Blacked out. Really? The atmosphere in the room isn't filled with insanity like it was earlier, but it's quiet and gray. Rena, who was holding me down, is gone, as is Mian, who was about to give me the injection. Was all of that just some kind of illusion? There's no sense of presence other than myself in this room. Are you serious? No, bullshit. I'm pretty sure. Come on. Let what I think happened happen. It's an extraordinary experience I've never had before. You're about to get a rude awakening, nigga. I was here for sure. With Rena and Mian. I doubt my sanity for a moment, but at the same time I feel some kind of relief too. And the scary incident was just an illusion after all. Neither Rena nor Mian would do such a terrible thing. Tears start forming in my eyes. I can feel my emotion getting high. Why? It's not a question of why tears are forming in my eyes. Why? It's a question about my sadness. Why do I feel so sad? I don't know. I don't know. This girl was kind to me no matter how old I was or what sex I was. She's Mian. The girl Mian is lying down in an unnatural position near the window. She's covered by dusty blood from her head to her chest. The red thing splattered on the wall. Must be from Mian. This girl was always smiling and kind to me from the first day I moved here. She's Rena. Rena's couching beside my feet and making a pond of blood on the floor just like Mian. I don't understand what happened. Did someone come to help me? And he knocked them out? With this metal bat? I finally noticed the heaviness in my right hand. When did I grab it? It's Satoshi's metal bat. It's covered with dusky blood. And there's no doubt that it's this weapon that beat these two girls to death. And I'm holding the obvious weapon metal bat. There's nobody other than myself in this house. What? Did I? Taking an objective view, it's obvious that I did it. I did it? You're right, Maibara Keiichi. I did it. I talked gently to myself. Hey, Keiichi. You don't have to force yourself to remember everything and don't need to regret it either. If I didn't do it, they'd have done it to me. You know that, don't you? But the blood, so much. Rena and Mian don't move a bit. It's not like their foreheads are cut open and a line of blood is coming out. There's red blood splattered everywhere, and it tells me that they were hit more than a few times. Are they dead? Both of them? Even though the bottom of my heart is calm, the outside skin of my heart is panicking. Calm down, my Barakeiichi. Where did the cool Keiichi go? See? Just like you always do. Arc your neck back and inhale deeply. See? Once. Twice. I inhale deeply. Be cool. Be cool. I repeat it many times in my heart and calm myself down. My view finally starts getting its color back and the smell of the air comes back as well. Along with it, I start remembering what happened in the empty time. Rena and Mian attacked me. They tried to give me the injection that causes the same symptoms that Tomitake-san had. That's not what they said, though. They just said they're going to do the same thing to you. And right before that, I counterattacked them. I twisted my whole body in order to escape from Rena and threw her away. As I did that, I rolled on the floor and kicked Mion's stomach hard with my heel. It was so soft. Rena tried to jump on me, so I tackled her with all I got and slammed her to the wall. Both of them lost their balance, and I didn't miss the chance. I grabbed Satoshi's bat that was lying next to the desk. Click. Then, it went all black. It was as if a videotape called Keiichi wanted to tell me that it didn't record what happened afterward. No, that's not it. It's not that it didn't record the rest. It did. But another person in me tells me not to watch it and turns off the TV. It's just the screen is dark to see anything. But the videotape in me did record the rest for sure. The TV is turned off, but the videotape is still rolling. The videotape in me is playing the rest of it. Over the dark screen, it's showing the horrifying pictures. I didn't need to see it to know how horrible it was. It's already hard to accept the scene of hell in front of my eyes. Blood is splattered on every wall in the room. The two of them are lying on the floor in awkward positions. They're completely motionless. I can't tell if they're breathing or not. No matter how and why it happened, I beat the girls, my friends, or I might have killed them. But if I didn't do it, they'd have done it to me. When I compare that with this, it feels strange to feel sorry like this, even though I might have overreacted. This is self-defense. That's right. Everything's here. The girls who are lying down in Mion's syringe. The unknown drug in the syringe will reveal the mystery of Tomitake-san's case. And the fact of the involvement of them will lead to arresting other suspects one by one. I might be accused of the crime as well, but that's fine with me. No matter what happens to me, this will get the police involved. This won't be foggy like Rena's case in the past. As long as the police get involved, everything will come to an end. The police will investigate the series of the cases in the past. Oishi-san will reveal everything for sure. That's my wish. I don't want to die. I want to know the whole truth, and my wish will be accomplished. My wish will come true very soon. The doctor Rena called will be here shortly. I'm going to tell him everything. Before that, I should call Oishi-san. Then I remember. I remember that other than the doctor, a person called the manager is also coming in. From the conversation that Rena and Mion had, it's easy to imagine this guy's deeply involved in this case. Well, this is how you know he's fucking crazy. The time for me to feel sorry for this horrifying incident quickly goes away. It's not finished yet. I'm not safe here anymore. Be cool, my butter Keiichi. This isn't finished yet. Till I tell this to the police, I have to stay alive. At that time, I hear someone's voice from outside. There must be more than two people to make conversation. I slide the curtain just a little bit to peek out outside. It's a strange sight. 4 or 5 adult males are standing in front of the gate. Okay, this is where it gets really fucking weird. After the murder, four or 5 adult men, like the two at the dam, outside Keiichi's house. More than anything, I believe they drugged him. But the weird thing is the thing about how they didn't find any drugs in Tomitake-san's body. That's why this is a bit tricky. 4 or 5 adult males are standing in front of the gate. The way they're acting looks just like the other 2 men who attacked me at the dam construction site. They might be among them. One of them is wearing a white coat. Huh. This is tough. Maybe he's a doctor, though. I don't know if I can trust Cage's viewpoint. But then, did those guys cause them? I don't know. One is wearing a white coat. I sense he's trying to disguise himself with the white coat to be like a doctor. Probably he's the one to ring the bell and makes me open the door. They're trying to make me believe he's a doctor, so I'd open the door. And all of the rest will rush inside. I look at the car parked behind them and my heart jumps. The white station wagon. Oh yes, yes, yes. The white station wagon that tried to hit him last night. It's not a mistake. That's the car that almost ran me over. The man in the white coat walks close to the entrance. The other men are hiding in the bush and watching him. It's probably useless to pretend to not be at home. They'd easily get inside by breaking the windows easily. Ugh, bad English. I have to manage to get out of here. And I'll call Oishi-san from a public phone. We can meet up somewhere. What I need is a weapon and my shoes. But before that, I have one thing I need to do. I have no intention to die. I'll survive and uncover the truth of this outrageous Oishiro-sama's curse. But because of the event that's going to happen, I might meet the end of my life, regardless of my will. That's why. There is more important than running away from here right now. I take off the clock that I hid the note on the back from the wall and peel the note off. Shoot! It's taped very tightly. I don't care if I rip some. I open the note, ripping here and there, and add new sentences. If I can't tell Oishi-san myself, this note is the only thing I can rely on. A piece of torn note has never been so reliable to me. I don't have much time, only the truth I know. I have to leave useful information to reveal the truth. Rena and Mian are part of the conspiracy. This is an indisputable truth. I still don't want to accept it, but this is the truth. Should talk about the men outside, dude. I'm going to leave all information possible to find the suspect. There are at least 4 or 5 other adults. They own a white station wagon. As long as I saw from the window earlier, there are about 4 or 5, maybe more. And the manager. First of all, a word, manager, doesn't really fit in Hinamizawa. If a word, manager, relates to any incidents in the past, it's only the manager of the construction site who was the very first victim of the Lynch murder case. The very first victim of the series. He was lynched to death and his body was dismembered into 6 parts. His right arm is still missing. I thought his death was confirmed by the police, but Renan and Mian did tell me they called the manager. They said the manager. They can't call a dead person. Even the police wouldn't think that a dead person is involved. Is this some kind of a loophole? I don't know. But, even though it doesn't click to me, it might to Oishi-san as a very important hint to all. That's right. We should go all the way back to the very first case. If it wasn't just a Lynch murder, but the beginning of a series of mysterious deaths, there must be something hidden in it. Please investigate the victim of the dismemberment case again. He's still alive. They usually perform an autopsy and investigate the death in detail. I think that's what they do. But do they really? There may be a sly trick to fool the police. I'm not sure. But he might be alive. But I really don't have time to think about it right now. That's right. I have more important things to write down. Tomitaka-san's death was caused by an unknown drug. Yes, this drug will be the only evidence. With this, they should be able to uncover everything. I can't leave this important evidence here on the floor. This syringe is the evidence. After writing so, I attach the syringe on the back of the clock with tape very carefully. I tape it very, very carefully so it won't fall off from there. Ding dong. The bell rings. They're here. I don't have time to write anymore. But I have to write this at least. I don't know how things turned out this way. This may be the only truth in this note I wrote. If you're reading this, I'm probably already dead. There might be a difference as to whether or not my body has been found. If all of this is going along to the storyline, am I going to die by the curse? Or am I going to be demoned away? But to whoever reads this, please expose the truth. That's my only wish. This is my will. Isn't this literally also what's written in at the end of the note in Umineko? In the Maria thing? I don't know if I'm going to die, but just in case, I want to leave it. I fold the note, attach it on the back of the clock, and put the clock back to where it was. The only thing I can do now is pray. Oishi-san, if something happens to me, please take care of it. I look down at Rena and Mian, who are lying on the floor. This will be our last goodbye. Rena, Mian, I truly did think of you all as my friends. Why? Why did all this happen? There was nothing fun in my life at my old school. When we talked, it was only about my chance of passing the exam of the school I wanted to go to. My life was colored in gray. Friends to me were rivals and enemies to vie for a school recommendation and T-score. My friends here taught me just how unnatural that was. This whole month was a blast. We raised the roof over lunch, our club activities, and the festival. A warm liquid flows out from my eyes. To my surprise, it's my tears. I don't have any obligation to cry for them, but I can't stop it. Even though they attempted to kill me, even though they almost killed me, I can't forget the memories we made for the past month. Or were those fun days fake? Was it a trap that they kept playing perfectly to set me up until now? Was it only me who believed that they were my friends? It can't be. Rena and Mian, they were my friends for real. Those happy days are nothing like fake play. I believe Rena and the others were forced by somebody to kill me. Or an extraordinary existence called Oyashiro-sama must have possessed her and taken over her consciousness. No matter what it was, both Rena and Mian were my best friends. And they must have attacked me against their wills. However, no matter how much they were forced to do it, they weren't the kind of people who'd sell out their friends. It's also impossible to believe in an unrealistic incident like being possessed by Oyashiro-sama. Then, that means that Rena and Mian attacked me for real? What the heck am I thinking about? It's stupid. After beating Rena and Mian to death, I'm debating to myself if they were real or fake. It's not real or fake. The result is the only truth. Rena and Mian are lying on the floor, and that's the truth. The truth that I beat my friends to death. And I'm just trying to bend the truth to my convenience. No matter how I bend it, the fact that Rena and Mian are dead won't change. I feel a crack going through the dam that I've been using to hold down my feelings. A sense called sham courage steps back, and through the gap, I feel madness slowly leaking out. I killed them. I killed them. Rena and Mian. I killed them. The bell rings again. The ruthless echo brings my cool back one last time. I have no time to lose. I have to escape. I just don't want to die. And I want to reveal everything. I have to expose the identity of the something that's driven me to this point. I'll drink mud or eat grass if I have to. I'll live. I'll live. I'll survive. I had to kill Rena for this. I killed Mian too. I made it this far by killing them. That's why I have to live. I have to live for Rena and Mian. I have to survive. I run to the entrance to grab my shoes and the bell rings again. Over the board of the door. They're there. I go to the kitchen on cat's feet, to the back door. Before opening the back door, I put my ear on the door and listen to the sounds outside. No one there. I put my shoes on and slowly open the door without making any noise. There he is. He's out back there. A sharp voice echoes through. The voice runs through me, and I feel a chill of fear. I have to run. Run, Keiichi. Intelligence and rationale drop off from my mind one by one. I don't feel any pain even when my arms and cheeks are scratched by branches. I don't feel any pain or fatigue, my heart contracting mechanically. All the cells of my body want to live, because that's their only truth. They don't complain. That's why I don't feel fatigue. I just keep running. I keep running frantically toward the direction I think is forward. Even if nobody's chasing me, I won't stop running. I don't think about where I'm running to. I feel like someone's right behind me if I look back. The presence chases right after me like my own shadow. If I trip for a second, I'll be eaten. So I believe. That's why I don't look back. I don't stop. I keep running with everything I've got. Trip, 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 trip. Is that cicadas? Yeah, it's the cry of the cicadas that tell me the sun is setting. It's the crying voice of the victims who tried to warn me of something but couldn't. Am I joining them? Only the cicadas know. They know everything. I think they know. That's why I run towards the place where I can hear the louder cry of the cicadas. But the more I run to it, the further they go away from me. I can't get to them. Why do you run away from me? Am I doing something wrong? Did I do something wrong? I'll apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, was it himself? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think only the cicadas know. That's not it. Unless the anime bullshitted the ending. Should be a little bit more like an epilogue here. No tips, nigga? Wow. Stunned. And part 12. The smoking area is filled with leisurely smoke. The air freshener unit is only making a weird noise and doesn't look like it's working at all. Why are smokers pushed into the end of the hallway, where there isn't much sunlight? I once heard that the tobacco tax makes up about 10% of local government tax income. It makes the smokers the highest taxpayers who support the local government, so I wish they'd treat us a little nicer. Yeah, but y'all fuck up people's health at times. Why do I want to get rid of 5-1? It gives me a smaller chance to win. Oh, Mahjong? My junior associate is staring at an article called Next Move in a Mahjong magazine. You're still 10 pi without 5-1. But if I'm going to bet a high te, waiting for Ran Men gives me a better chance for me to win. Kuma-chan, look at the discard area. Everybody threw their 5-1. That's why it's safe to get rid of it. Someone may be doing Dama with K10. You know? Boy, I'm not Akagi. I can't Zawa this. The young man is still thinking hard. He looks for his cigarettes and takes one in his hand. I still don't get it. I'd never lower my chances to win. Plus, you can't run even if your target is thrown at Haite. What? Why? Someone calls from the end of the hallway. Oishi-san, are you there? You have an outside call from a civilian. Oh, thank you. Well, excuse me. Why can't I run? Please wait for a second, Oishi-san. A guy on the other side of Oishi's desk is waving the receiver. It's from outside line from a public phone. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. This is Oishi. Hello? Oh, Oishi-san. Hello. Maibara-san. Hey, how are you doing? I quickly sensed something wrong in Maibara-kun's voice. It's the first time Maibara-kun called me. He's using a public phone. Please calm down. What happened? He sounds confused and he's completely losing his calm. I look around to make sure nobody's listening and I whispered into the receiver to urge him along. What happened? Please calm down, Maibara-san. We'll dispatch the nearest policeman there. I'm also going there right away. Maybe. I think it's no use. There are fear and uncertainties in his voice. Or uncertainness in his voice. Is he already surrounded right now? Maibara-san, you're calling from a public phone right now, aren't you? Where is it? I can only hear his voice, but no other sounds surrounding him. He's calling from a public phone. I write hastily on the paper and pointed to my associate over the desk. Hinamizawa, a phone booth. His partner understands the situation at once and immediately calls an extension on the phone. Maibara-san, please calm down. What is your situation? It's not a good idea to talk to a panicking person in an inciting way. But this is an exception. Maibara-kun isn't making this phone call now because he ran away from a danger. He still is in some kind of danger at this very moment. But even if I try to make him talk, it'll only make him feel rushed. Maibara-kun didn't call me just to get my help. He's calling me because he wants to tell me something more than that. And he's certain he'll never be able to tell me the something he wants to tell me, if he loses this chance on the phone. My associate passes me a note. One phone booth in Hinamizawa. I sent a patrol car. In 5 minutes. It's not fast enough. How many policemen are in the car? 2. 2 isn't enough. If my guess is right, Maibara-kun is surrounded by many people, and he won't last 5 minutes. Did you call the policeman who at Hinamizawa police substation? He's on the regular patrol right now. His family isn't at home, and I can't reach them. Shit. Kuma-chan, get a car ready. You got it. Hello? Oishi-san? Cough, cough. Hello. I'm here. I'm listening. Something's wrong with him. That cough doesn't sound normal. Vomiting? Don't tell me it's blood? Has he already been attacked and hurt? Maibara-san, the policemen are on the way. They'll be there in a few minutes, so please hang on. Hello? Are you there? Maibara-san. I hear a severe cough at the end of the phone. A bad hunch runs through my mind. Maibara-san, who is the suspect? How many are they? I thought it was a human at first. Cough. It's a groan that's hard to say. He's coughing or vomiting. Are you alright? Maibara-san. I thought the suspect was a human. I thought Oyashiro-sama's curse couldn't possibly be real. Until earlier. But it was. Cough. Cough. Severe cough. And vomiting follows. But I think Oyashiro-sama does exist. It really does. Right now. Maibara-san, please calm down. For a while now, I've thought something was wrong. It keeps following me. I'd run and run and run and run. It's like a shadow, little by little. It inches along toward my back. Maibara-san. Is it behind you? Right now. Behind me. Right. Behind me. Please, Maibara-san. I know you're scared, but please, who's behind you? I can't turn around. If I turn around, I know you're scared, but I want you to tell me. You only have to turn your head a little. Please tell me. Who's behind you? Shortly after that, I hear him vomiting really hard, and a weird noise. Maibara-san, don't tell me you're not clawing at your throat. Are you? There's no reply. A noise like he's clawing something. I hear something hit something else. I assume Maibara-kun dropped the receiver. On the other end of the phone, there are groaning, vomiting, and a weird repeated sound. Hello? Hello? Maibara-san, please answer me. I know how far away my voice sounds to him from the receiver he dropped, but I can't help shouting. And then I hear a murmur from a distance. I can't tell what he's saying. It sounds like he's talking to himself. Or is he talking to someone there? Hello, Maibara-san. He isn't murmuring. He's repeating something simple like reciting a Buddhist sutra. I sharpen my senses to listen to what he's saying. What is he saying? What the hell? What the hell is he trying to say? Beep beep. The line was cut off all of a sudden. The limit time for 10 yen was over? Because he was calling from a public phone. Ah. Because it was cut off all of a sudden, his last words come so clear to my mind. Oishi-san, a car is ready. Oishi-san. It was... I'm sorry. Oishi-san? Maibara-kun was repeating. I'm sorry. At that time, I knew. I didn't have to rush to get there anymore. I can hear the cry of the cicada from the open window. I must have been hearing that the whole time, but I didn't pay attention. Why do I feel uneasy about the sound now? Is it trying to tell me something? I feel like only the cicada know the truth. June 58th year of the Showa era. In Hinamizawa, a small village in Shishibone City, 2 female students were murdered. The suspect is Maibara Keiichi, teenager. He called 2 of his classmates, Ryugu Reina and Sonozaki Mian, to his house and beat them to death with a metal bat. Well, that's false already because he didn't call them. The scene of the crime was the room of the suspect on the 2nd floor. His room was covered in a tremendous amount of blood splattered from the victims, and it's been acknowledged that there were signs of a struggle with the victims. Furthermore, away from the scene of the crime, there were signs that the entrance, the living room, and the kitchen had been ransacked is weird. In the entrance, there are signs of heavy blows made to the shoebox and the walls. Fuck, they're trying to merge it, aren't they? The police confirmed those blows were made by the deadly bat. Since no blood reaction was found from the dents, the police assume they were made before the crime. There is a possibility that the suspect performed acts of violence in order to stop them from running away. False. In the living room, the rug was pulled up and thrown aside. The police think it wasn't from the struggle with the victims, and the real intention for that is unknown. Dude, let there be a pause button, please? In the kitchen, the trash bag was shredded, and its contents were scattered across the floor. Trash was strewn about the area, and handprints believed to belong to the suspect were discovered as well. The police think that he pulled out the trash and hit it with his palm for some reason. Well, yeah, the meaning of that is unknown. Furthermore, a note posted on the refrigerator read, "Did you see a needle?" Its meaning is unknown. The police looked for a needle in the trash, but couldn't find any. The shutter of the garage that had been kept open since the There's no sign of ransacking. Handprints of the suspect were discovered on the shutter. Shutter had been kept open since family moved in, was closed. Yeah, the meaning of that is unknown. Well, because he was afraid. And the suspect fled the scene of the crime, but he was found lying in a telephone booth by a policeman from the Hinamizawa police substation during his regular patrol. When he was found, he was unconscious and in critical condition. He was carried to a clinic in the village and treated. However, he remained unconscious and died 24 hours later. The result of the autopsy determined that the direct cause of his death was from hemorrhagic shock. He tore his throat with his own nails and died from the hemorrhage. The peculiar manner of his death was similar to that of one Tomitake-san, who was discovered last week, and the police are going to investigate the possible links between the incidents. However, it's a non-disclosure investigation, requested strongly by the villagers. The police suspected that some kind of drug was behind the strange cause of death, but as in the case of Tomitake-san, no traces of drugs were found. At first it was determined to be an an accidental crime. However, the suspect's strange actions right before the crime were discovered one by one, and the principle of his crime was reconsidered. He separated himself from his very close friends, isolated himself from everyone, and took nonsensical actions. He started carrying a metal bat with him a few days before the crime. Some of his classmates saw his aggressive behaviors and muttering at school, and actually heard him muttering partially. 2 days before the crime, he implied his death to his parents. Judging by those circumstances, the police are going to investigate for an aspect that this case isn't accidental, but a premeditated crime that was planned for a few days in advance. Later on, a note in the suspect's handwriting was found in his room. The note was B5 paper split into 2 parts, and they were taped on the back of a clock as if somebody was trying to hide them. The contents of the note are in the attached sheet. The police emphasize on the note as a close relation to the crime. The police consider that the suspect was possibly involved with some kind of crime, and they changed the direction of investigation again. However, the police couldn't find anything afterwards and started to doubt the reliability of the note itself. Is this crime an impulsive or accidental? The truth was unknown, no progress was made, and the case seemed to remain unsolved. I thought part of the note was missing. However, 1 year later, a question about the note arose. It wasn't 2 sheets of B5 paper that were ripped in half. The note was originally written on a single sheet of B5 paper. But there's a possibility that someone ripped it to erase several lines from the middle. It's assumed that 2 or 3 lines are ripped off. It's more likely someone other than the suspect ripped those lines. And the many traces of the tapes stuck on the back of the clock made the police speculate that something else was attached with the note. So his mention of the syringe was removed. The first person to discover the note was a policeman who rumored to have connections to the case, Oishi Kuraudo, who was questioned about it on a voluntary basis, but he denies damaging the note. This is the note the suspect wrote. I, Maebara Kiichi, am in mortal danger. I don't know who's trying to kill me or why. The only thing I do know is that it has something to do with Oishiro-sama. Okay, that's the first stuff, I know that. Rena and Mian are part of the conspiracy, yes. There are at least 4 or 5 other adults. Okay, they left that, okay. They own a white station wagon, they left that. The above is the first part of the note. The bottom of it is ripped directly horizontal. The following is the second part of the note. The top of it is ripped directly horizontal. I don't know how things turned out this way. If you're reading this, I'm probably already dead. There might be a difference as to whether or not my body has been found. But to whoever reads this, please expose the truth. That's my only wish. Mai Barkeci. Sorry guys, I need to quickly check something because it's weirding me out. Actually close this. Can I just jump here? Wait, is it under extra? Oh, fuck. That's stupid. Sorry guys. Didn't mean to do that. Let me just skip through this, sorry. Next. Oops. Nope. Let's... Menu? It's the one before this, I guess, then. Need to figure out what he wrote. Wow, this is lengthy. Fuck. By the power of the control button. Oh my goodness, this is nuts. Is it? Skip. Oh boy. They really improved this in Umineko. Boy, there's a lot of shit here. Okay. Just let me skip a bit more. Come on, just skip to this. Sorry guys, really want to read that note. I could probably Google it, but I worry I'd see other shit then, too. Okay, here we go. Let me just... Yeah, she's dead, I get it. Okay, I think we need to skip a bit more, because he realizes that then he realizes there's people, right? Okay. Weird that they left the station wagon thing. So they removed the please investigate the victim of the dismemberment case again. He's still alive. They usually perform an autopsy and investigate the death in detail. Tomitake-san's death was caused by an unknown drug. They removed that too. And then they had the syringe. So, what do I call this one? I'll just put Keiichi's note. What's tough here is, so I wonder if Oishi removed it or not, based off of what I know. I know the ransacking of the house. Could that have been Oishi, or was it those people? I don't know. Because I could see it going both ways, right? Like, Oishi did it to find the truth and not make Keiichi look like a nutcase. And that's why I removed that shit from the note. Or it could have been those people, and they removed it because there was something in there they wanted gone. Like maybe the drug thing. But again, they found no drugs. But I don't know, honestly speaking, how the hell else do you explain this? But that's all for now. In short, I'd say that was a pretty fulfilling game. Oops, I accidentally exited it. And I'll play the rest later. See y'all.